Hey guys, so this is going to be me doing the notes for you so that then you can take that and do the homework with it. The top section you can do on your own. These are just examples of multiplying two complex numbers. You should be able to do that. I'm going to define for you the complex conjugate and then we'll take it from here. So the complex conjugate. So let's say we have a complex number 2 plus 3i. Okay, so if 2 plus 3i is a complex number, then its conjugate is 2 minus 3i. It's as simple as that. Change the sign in the middle. All right, so we're going to practice with it a couple of times here. We're going to multiply each of these complex numbers by their complex conjugates. So if negative 1 plus 3i is a complex number, the negative 1 minus 3i would be its conjugate, and now I have to FOIL. Negative 1 times negative 1 is 1. Negative 1 times negative 3i is positive 3i. 3i times negative 1 is negative 3i. And 3i times negative 3i would be negative 9i squared. And this is where it gets interesting, because now I can combine like terms, but 3i minus 3i is 0i. So those i's cancel, and this will happen every time you multiply by the complex conjugate. So you'll end up with 1 minus 9, and remember that I squared is really just a negative 1. So that's the same as 1 plus 9, which is 10. So when you multiply by the complex conjugate, you'll get a real number. Let's try it again with 5 minus I. The conjugate of that would be 5 plus I. So if I multiply here, I get 5 times 5. That's 25. 5 times I is 5i. Negative I times 5 is negative 5i. Negative I times I is going to be negative I squared. Now let's combine like terms. 5i minus 5i, those are going to cancel again, just like we knew they would. Minus I squared, which we know is really just negative 1. So we really have 25 plus 1, or 26. Again, we got a real number. And it just gets a little bit more difficult when we just try to complicate the complex number a little bit. The complex conjugate of 9 minus yi would just be 9 plus yi. 9 times 9. 9 times yi. Negative yi times 9. And we're noticing here that these are the things that are going to cancel. Negative y squared I squared. So now I have 81 minus y squared times negative 1, which is 81 plus y squared, and I would always rather write that as y squared plus 81. And notice, no imaginary terms. This is very real. There's nothing about it that's imaginary anymore because you multiplied by the complex conjugate. The last one we'll do here before you guys begin your homework is the complex conjugate of x plus 2yi would just be x minus 2yi. So I'm going to start FOILing. X squared minus 2xyi plus 2xyi. Those will be our cancellations. Minus 4y squared I squared. So I'll end up with x squared minus 4y squared, and that's just really a negative 1. So that's the same as x squared minus, plus, because a negative times a negative is a positive, 4y squared. And that's all you can do. Can't combine those terms because they're not like terms. All right, so using all that, you guys should be able to do the homework on your own. You will be graphing things too. So good luck, and I hope you guys don't have too much trouble with this. I will see you all on Monday.